Now, back here, it is goalless at half-time between Arsenal and Real Madrid in this crucial second leg tie in the Champions League. And girls, for Arsenal, it's been good, but they are just missing that final product, the final ball at the minute, isn't it, Kaz?
I think you look at the stats there, they've dominated possession, but the big stat there is only one shot on target, and it's still 0-0. And look, this is now 45 minutes, they've got to get the goal and they've got to get it early. But I thought they've started really well, been positive, pressed well, had opportunities. This one as well, though, Caldente, it's probably the person you don't want it to fall to because of how technically good she is. I'm not sure how renowned she is for her heading ability, but she's got at least hit the target there.
Yeah, most definitely. I think to get free at the back post like that, you certainly got to hit the target. This chance here, half chance, I'd say, from Caitlin Ford. She gets up well, probably too early, and then gets over the ball. But a brave header from her, and then this is another big chance from them. You just see here, as the ball comes in, I feel like Russo, you'll just see her here. I feel like she should make a run more towards the goal as opposed to pulling out. I feel like if she did, it might have opened up the shot for Kim Little. You see here, she's blocked the pass, or the setback, should I say, to Kim Little, and maybe that opportunity of goal probably would have been better than the Chloe Kelly one.
Is it a credit to Arsenal that Real Madrid's best chance came in the 40th minute of the game, and that's only their first touches in the Arsenal box?
Yeah, you have to, but we did mention, though, that they would be comfortable not having the ball and sitting deep and waiting for these moments. Look, it's a great save from Van Domslaaf and Angeldal there, and look, the rebound, you'll see Caicedo would have been offside if she'd made the connection and had it gone in. But look, you know, they've kept them quiet, but they don't mind that, Real Madrid. You know, Arsenal have been good, but they found it really difficult to break down their defensive blocks. You have to credit Real Madrid in that aspect. Farah?
Yeah, no, I think Real Madrid are really comfortable. I think the way, the intensity that Arsenal are playing with, they're keeping Real Madrid in shape. What you want to try and do to this Real Madrid team that are sitting deep is try and break that shape, and how you do that is with movement and with playing with ball speed, and Arsenal aren't quite doing that. Yes, they've had good ball in wide areas, but decision-making hasn't been great.
OK, well, it is a big second half on the way. It is the final quarter, if you will, the second leg, the second half of the second leg, and Arsenal have got to find some goals from somewhere.
Yeah, fully deserved win for Arsenal, and it's great to see an English club now through to the semi-final.
Absolutely. Real Madrid there almost look shell-shocked.
They do, but, you know, you'd be gutted, but at the end of the day, Arsenal were the better team. Even in the first half, they dominated possession and Real Madrid limited them. But literally, like Farah said, if they concede after 50 seconds and kick off Real Madrid, they were stunned, lost momentum and couldn't get a grip into the game. And there was only one team that was going to go on. But a massive shout out to the Arsenal women's manager, Renée Slager's unbelievable. Whatever she said to them at half-time, what she's done since she's come in has been brilliant. And the fans absolutely deserve that in this moment.
I'm sure Katie will ask her, Katie Shanahan will probably ask her what she said at half-time. But it must have been a huge team talk, and that type of thing from your manager, that energy, is that where it comes from, Farah?
I think so. I think you need energy from your manager, but I think she's really patient. I never really see her go too high or too low. She's quite calm throughout, whether they're in control of the game or not. And you could see that on the side in the first half. She remained calm, so whatever she said at half-time kept the players cool. And I think she could feel it. I think she could feel that her team were going to score at some point. We felt it in here. We knew they were just needed to get that little bit of quality in the final third, and they'd get a goal. And look, as Kaz said, they did it within 50 seconds of their second half.
Yeah, the goals were unbelievable. 3 goals in 13 minutes. Just a night to remember at the Emirates.
Definitely, yeah. And Russo as well. Big shout out. I thought she was going to get the hat-trick, but brilliant night overall.
Amazing. Right, we're going to get in the night 2-0 down after the first leg against Real Madrid. 3 goals in 30 minutes at the beginning of the second half. Turn the tie completely on its head. I wonder how long they're going to be partying there for tonight. Renée Slager's the first time that she has managed in a knockout stage of the Champions League. What an unbelievable night for her. Alessia Russo with the 2 goals. Couldn't quite find the third. But they won't care, they've got the job done, and that is the most important thing tonight. They will play Lyon in the semi-final, but wow, what a second half. We said at half-time it was now or never, and 43 seconds into that second half, Alessia Russo stepped up.
She did, and she was brilliant in the second half. I don't think the service was good enough in the first half too, and maybe a positioning, but there was absolutely nothing wrong with her in the second half position. Well, I mean, Farah was speaking off air about trying to break up Real Madrid, and sometimes someone's got to dribble and pull people out of positions to tear them apart, really, and open up the spaces. And there Russo is. You can see from this angle there, 4 drives in, and she takes her out the fullback out of that space, and then Russo just goes into that area there. She's unmarked. She's in the width of the penalty box, in the goal, sorry, and it's a great delivery. Everything's about delivery, and she finishes it superbly, and that was it. That was the momentum.
2 minutes and 48 seconds between the first goal and the second goal, Farah.
Yeah, and I think as Kaz says there, I think that they started it so fast in the second half, got an early goal, and I thought the change in Russo's game, and what I mean by that, she started to make more purposeful runs, and I think you saw that in her goal, the aggression she ran with to get in the box, and actually she played a big part in this second goal. They were direct. There's one ball in beyond this Real Madrid backline. Really good cross here for Chloe Kelly. Russo, I mentioned about her direct running. She takes the defender away. You'll see here, if you keep your eyes on Russo here, circled. Chloe Kelly, great delivery. Caldenti just behind Russo. And the header arriving just as the ball gets into the box. Really good header. We spoke in the first half about Caldenti missing that big chance with a head. Well, she makes up for it certainly with this second goal here. Really good header, powerful header, heads it down and underneath the goalkeeper. Maybe question marks about the goalkeeper there, Kaz, but great header.
Oh, don't take anything away from Caldenti there. She'll be on to you for that one. But momentum is so important in a game, isn't it, Karen? And you, as you said, you felt it after the first, then the second, and then you know, OK, we're at extra time and pens. We've got to go and get this third.
Yeah, and they did. Was it 13 minutes? You said the
13 minutes.
13 minutes.
Into the game.
You've got to sniff out opportunities in football. Recognise when the team are on the ropes, and you've got to go for them. And I love this about Arsenal. Look, there's no football snobbery in any of the Arsenal goals tonight. This one, first ball, second ball, goal. Like Farah said, the delivery is exceptional. Win the first contact, land on the second. Russo in the right area. Second half, like I said, there was no snobbery with their game. It was ruthless, it was clinical, it was direct, and it was with intensity, and they deserved it. Brilliant.
Alessia Russo, that's her 6th Champions League goal. She's the top scorer in the competition, joint with Penella Harder. And I think it was Jackie that mentioned it in commentary as well. She's come into her own under Renee Slagers this season. What is it, do you think, about her game that suits that style of management?
I think it's, I notice small changes. I think some of the small changes is the work that she does without the ball. And I felt before she did a lot of movements in wide areas away from the goal. I think under Renee Slagen and certainly maybe under the guidance of Kelly Smith, she's done more work centrally between the posts. And that's where you get most of your goals. You saw in the second half the impact it had for her when she plays that way. I felt in the first half she did too much of her work away and out of the area. I think that for me has been a massive change for her. She's in front of the goal, and we all know that she can finish really well.
I'll tell you what, shall we hear from her? She is talking to Katie Shanahan.
Alessia, you're through to the semi-finals. What a comeback.
Yeah, it was amazing. Still feels a bit surreal right now. Not really let it sink in yet, but yeah, we've had a lot of belief all week. We knew what we wanted to do. We knew what we're capable of as a team, and we've done that tonight.
Was that one of your best nights in an Arsenal shirt?
Yeah, I think so for sure. Hopefully long may they continue, but yeah, that one was special.
Player of the match tonight with that trophy and so close to a hat-trick.
I know. VAR ruined that one, but no. I mean, I should have scored a third anyway without the 2 offside, but yeah, I'll look back and go again, but tonight we're going to enjoy the night.
What were your instructions given to you at half-time? Because you came out all fired up.
We knew that we were doing well in the first half. We felt good as a team. We felt like we had momentum. We just said that we wanted to be a little bit more patient in the final third because obviously we knew we needed to score. And yeah, I mean, Chloe put in some great crosses which set off the first 2 goals. And then, yeah, we were just persistent and we probably should have had more, to be fair.
You say that you play your best football when you're happy, and I couldn't help but notice you couldn't stop smiling out there.
Yeah, well, it's when Katie keeps pushing me to the crowd. I don't know what to do with myself. But no, I mean, yeah, the week's been busy, but we've all been locked in, and then tonight's when you enjoy the football. Yeah, we enjoyed the crowd, and we'll enjoy tonight.
Leon next.
Oh, I didn't know they won. Nice. We'll get ready and we'll go for it.
Are you confident this team can go all the way?
Yeah, I have full belief in the whole team and the staff, and yeah, we'll get back to work and go again.
Thanks. Well done.
Thank you.
Oh, she was so close to that hat-trick tonight. She's not yet scored a hat-trick in an Arsenal shirt, but you said it's the only time they've got VAR, and it's ruined it for her.
We always want so many things for the women's game, goal line technology, VAR. That's probably the one night Alessia Russo's thinking, cheers for that, guys. I wanted my hat-trick. But yeah, she was brilliant, and she speaks so well.
She will get there. It's coming. It's coming. But look, it's Lyon in the semi-finals for Arsenal. Who is the Lyon manager? Show him on some Euro. This is an interesting matchup, isn't it? I think Arsenal faced Lyon 7 times, 5 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat. Farah.
Yeah, really interesting. We just spoke, speaking off air, weren't we, Kaz, about that semi-final, big semi-final for Arsenal, but one, they're more than capable of winning and progressing to that final, so I'm sure they'll have that self-belief, certainly after that dominant performance against Real Madrid today.
Yeah, incredible scenes, right? Well, they have booked their place into the semi-final. Kaz, how are you feeling about tomorrow night? There's another quarter-final, apologies, coming your way tomorrow night right here on TNT Sports. Chelsea 2-0 down for the first leg against Manchester City. They're back at the Bridge.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Chelsea's Farah's the Chelsea fan, but to be honest, I'm still ecstatic about that game. But no, look, if you can see comebacks from tonight, Chelsea probably thinking, you know, watching that tonight, we'll have to do that. But I think City have been brilliant under Nick Cushion, so I think it would be very difficult.
What has to be the approach to this second leg for them, bearing in mind what happened in the first?
Well, yeah, they have to start fast. I think a similar approach to Arsenal. I think, you know, Arsenal knew they had to start fast today. They knew they had to create chances. I think Chelsea will have to be pretty much the same if they are to take anything from the game against Manchester City. I think this second half performance at the weekend against Manchester City was very good from Chelsea. They need to start that way if they are to get anything. But I just don't see Manchester City not scoring against this Chelsea team.
I think what you saw at the weekend where they beat him in the league, I thought the second half where Chelsea were more aggressive again. I felt in this game, a bit too timid again and didn't deal with players like Caroline. And you allow Viv Miedema to come on and have that impact. I think you have to be more physical and actually be better at possession sometimes with Chelsea. And they were that at the weekend and they got the result. If they're going to do that tomorrow, they need to bring the same.
Do you think they're sick of the sight of each other yet?
Oh,
because
yeah,
this will be the fourth game.
I am. I'm like, another game.
I know, the 4th game between these two sides in 13 days. And it's sort of gone Chelsea, City, Chelsea.
Who knows? We'll find out. So we have to tune in.
Very good.
There we go.
I like very much what you did there. But from Man City's perspective, look, how much are they going to want to get this over the line, bearing in mind a 2-goal cushion, Farah?
Yeah, I mean, of course, they're 90 minutes away from a semi-final of the Champions League, given the season they've had. They've got a lot of injuries. I think the fact that they're going into this game with a 2-goal cushion is probably helps them. But I think for them, it's going to be difficult. I think the squad depth that Chelsea have, I think that was a difference in the WSL at the weekend. And I'm hearing there's more injuries at Manchester City, which isn't great for them. But as I said, they're more than capable of scoring against this Chelsea team. So Chelsea defensively have to be resilient and start how Arsenal started that second half today if they are to score.
Well, Chelsea are 5 out of 5 when it comes through coming through quarter-final ties. They've never gone out at this stage. And is there something about the fact they have had their first defeat of the season? So that is almost like a monkey off their back in a weird way. Obviously, they didn't want it to happen, but it's not a fear anymore.
No, but I think that the players in that group, and we know a few of them, they have a different mentality. People like Millie Bright, Lucy Bronze, Kira Walsh, their mentality is to be in the Champions League final. So like Farah said, has to be an aggressive early start for them, but they obviously have to be mindful. Like tonight, Arsenal were mindful of Caroline, Caicedo, they have to be mindful of Caroline tomorrow. So all to play for.
All right, there are so many interesting battles there. Do make sure you join us tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m, TNT Sports 1. We will be back to see who will progress to the semi-final. Will it be Chelsea? Will it be Manchester City? One thing we definitely do know is Arsenal have booked their spot there. They have turned a 2-goal deficit tonight to win on the night. 3-0. They will face Lyon in the semi-finals. Girls, thank you very much. Karen Carney, Farah Williams, absolute dream to have your company. Hope you enjoyed that. Well done to the Arsenal, and we will see you tomorrow night. Thanks for watching.